I know Slade. He is not gonna stop until...
Welcome home. Don't forget who taught you how to fight, kid.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So best news ever, they confirmed Deathstroke is coming back to Arrow, so I'm going to explain what's going on. If you're new to the channel, I do Marvel and DC every week. Be sure to subscribe to get everything. There's even a giveaway going on at the end of the video I'll explain. But if you thought today couldn't get any better, like we got all this new footage from Thor Ragnarok, they just casually dropped this picture here. Stephen Amell's like, seems like about the right time to post this. So, oh my gosh, Deathstroke is coming back. We knew he would come back eventually, but it was a matter of scheduling and him fitting into the story. So Mark Guggenheim, the other producers, teased the crazy lengths that Oliver was going to go to hunt down and stop Prometheus. This is the actual quote from them. They gave this like a couple weeks ago before we ever knew that Deathstroke was coming back, but now it seems like that's who they were talking about. So it reads, the alliances are going to be very surprising. You're not going to believe who Oliver is working with to defeat Prometheus. It's going to be really emotional. It's going to be all about Oliver's family, but not the family we're thinking of right now. It's going to end in a giant explosion, but not where we think it's going to end. And the emotional punch is going to be bigger than the actual physical part of the bombs going off. So, thinking about that in mind, there's going to be a giant explosion. We're going to be in a place that we don't think that we're going to be in. This is the title of the finale that Mark Guggenheim just teased. Leanne Yu, we are going back to the beginning. Doesn't it make so much sense that Prometheus's arc goes all the way back to the beginning of season 1 where Oliver started? And doesn't it make sense that all of the things that Prometheus has been doing to Oliver have been taking him back to the beginning of the show, the beginning of his time as the Hood, to literally taking him back to the point at which he started on the show. The opening shot of Arrow was him on the island being picked up. They said that that was where the flashbacks would end at the end of season 5. So we had to come back to the island. So we're building to this moment in the past and in the present. So past and present are colliding on Arrow in the finale with all kinds of physical and emotional bombs going off in the background. It is going to be a battle royale with Deathstroke.
The name of the island they found me on is Leon Yu. It's Mandarin for purgatory. I've been stranded here for 5 years. I've dreamt of my rescue every cold black night since then. For 5 years, I've had only one thought, one goal: survive. Survive and one day return home.
So the actual finale isn't supposed to air till May 24th, and they're implying that Deathstroke's coming back for this finale based on all this stuff they're saying, but he might come back before then. They didn't say if it was just going to be one episode, like they tease him at the end of the episode right before the finale, and then he's part of the entire finale, or if it's some other episode. But he is coming back. I love the way Stephen Amell just posted this picture of the helmet in the ground. That's because Manu Bennett probably wasn't around. And it's only the beginning. Mark Guggenheim teased that there was a bunch of other surprise stuff that they're going to be dropping in the finale, meaning other characters and other big twists teeing up what's going to be happening in season 6. So a lot of that stuff we probably won't find out about for a while. They're going to try and keep it as secret as long as possible, but we'll start getting clues about season 6 things that are happening as we get closer to the finale, so we can start speculating then. But most of the Arrow stuff this season has been stuff that's invoked the first season, invoked the pilot. So just think in that direction. Most of the big Easter eggs that I'm expecting from Arrow this season, like the big characters and stuff, will be people, things that they did in the past. It won't be stuff from other TV shows. But the cool thing about this, and Katie Cassidy coming back as a series regular as the Black Siren character for season 6 means that they might try to bring Manu back for season 6 a little bit too. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's talk about the price that Deathstroke would extract from Oliver in exchange for his help. Like, what would you say to someone after they escaped from Lian Yu, you kept them locked up for an entire year, they've probably been hiding out, like what has Deathstroke been doing this whole time? Obviously he's still alive because he escaped Lian Yu during season 3. If you don't remember what happened, the last time we saw Deathstroke was when Oliver took Thea, who was still in the midst of her bloodlust trying to work through it, to Lian Yu to try and work through her shit. Like, okay, we're gonna do some Karate Kid training, hopefully that will help you clear your head. But because Deathstroke was being kept in the Argus prison there, they found that he escaped, they did battle, never to be heard from again until now.
How many people can Oliver Queen lose before there is no more Oliver Queen?
But we haven't met any of his children. They use the Isabel Rochev character as Ravager, so technically there is no Rose Wilson, but there is a Joseph, that's Jericho, and Grant Wilson exists too, because we saw him on Legends of Tomorrow in a potential post-apocalyptic future.
Well, since the uprising.
Uprising.
It's just what people called it. When all this happened, 15 years ago, he brought an army with him.
Who brought an army?
I did.
No, it's not possible.
Slade. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
How do you know my father? Place got attacked after Grant Wilson had a queen as the Green Arrow.
Hello, Sarah. Long time no see.
So that was like a Darkest Timeline situation, but Grant Wilson is also the Ravager character, so that would be the next Ravager they could bring on the show. They could do an arc like that if they ever wanted to bring Roy back or do some Teen Titans stuff. But if there was any question for the future in terms of Season 6, Season 7, however many seasons Arrow wants to go, they can do more Suicide Squad stuff. They actually said whatever ended up happening behind the scenes with the Warner Brothers corporate people, they totally can do Suicide Squad stuff, and they have a couple really big characters that are locked up at Argus, like King Shark and Black Siren. They could reform the League if they wanted to with a couple new characters. So because Black Siren is going to be a series regular next year, it just gives a lot of questions as to what they're going to be doing with those other characters. I don't know if they'd ever do King Shark on Arrow, though. That'd be crazy. But Captain Boomerang is teasing that he might come back. So there's a lot of Suicide Squad stuff floating in the background. But Lila's in control of Argus right now because Amanda Waller's dead. So let me know, how do you want them to use Deathstroke in the future? It's just a question of Manu Bennett's availability. He's a series regular on another TV show that shoots in New Zealand, so it's just a big problem getting him physically to the studio to do stories. But they've used the character before without actually using Manu Bennett. They just keep the helmet on and he doesn't speak. But that's not really Deathstroke. If you're going to do Deathstroke, you want it to be Manu Bennett. You want him to speak with his voice. So what's going to happen next is there's supposed to be some special Star Wars announcement on Good Morning America. They released this teaser.
On GMA, Star Wars celebrates its 40th anniversary, and we've got an announcement you won't want to miss, because when you hear it, you'll want to be part of this force. Tomorrow, Luke Skywalker and Rey together with the Star Wars announcement 40 years in the making.
No idea what that's for. That could be a Force for Change trailer they're going to drop. That's a little bit different from an actual trailer because that footage is going to drop at Star Wars Celebration later this week. So whatever ends up happening, I'll be doing Star Wars tomorrow morning and I'll post some Flash too. So a whole bunch of awesome stuff happening this week if you didn't remember. But there is a new round of the Flash Ring giveaway going on. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber, leave a comment on this video. Congratulations to last week's giveaway winner, Robin764. Please private message me so I can get your contact details. And you can click here to rewatch all the crazy Thor trailer, and you can click here for my Teen Titans Judas contract review. Couple problems, but overall it was a fun movie. Thank you so much for watching. Let's high five. I'll see you guys in the next video.